3, 2, 1, go!
Hacksaw Ridge is... wow, okay, let's just get into this. Hacksaw Ridge takes place in World War II. We follow the story of Desmond Doss, played by Andrew Garfield, a 7-day Adventist who joins the army to help in the war. The only thing is he does not carry a gun. In fact, he won't even touch a gun. Thinks it has gun cooties or something. Actually, probably something more to do with his faith. Anyway, he wants to be a field medic, so he doesn't really see the big deal about not carrying a gun, but when he's at boot camp, they all don't really want to fight alongside a guy who won't be able to watch their backs. Maybe you should take a page out of Christoph Waltz's villain's character in Tarzan and fight with deadly prayer beads. If you did not get that joke, watch my Tarzan review. So we get all the typical things that you see in a war movie. Him falling in love with someone right before he goes off to war, Vince Vaughn is yelling over the top drill sergeant. They try to make him quit, the fellow soldiers think he's a coward, and a conspiracy gets thrown out there to possibly get him thrown in jail if he doesn't do what they say. Now, if you've seen a war movie, they've been done before, but you know what? It's not handled bad at all. Andrew Garfield is really charming. He uses a nice southern accent. I don't know if it's accurate or not, but he seems to be a nice enough guy to me. Aw, shucks. And he's really charming with his love interest as well. It's set up in that way that you remember when your grandparents tell you how they met, they will always say, you know, I saw her, and the moment I saw her, I said, I'm gonna marry that woman. And we all say, oh, but if we said that nowadays to someone, they'd be like, yeah, that's a little creepy there, dude. Doss himself as a person is really interesting as a character because we don't normally allow people in movies to have a belief in God. Or if they do, it's more of a side thing, not a major thing. It doesn't encompass their entire life. But here, Doss's faith means everything to him. He puts it above all else. And as a Christian myself, I'm glad to see that because we don't really see that in films very often. One thing that I do have to touch on is the film is directed by Mel Gibson, and you know what that means? Bring on the gore! That's right, this is a really bloody film. When they finally get to Hacksaw, Gibson doesn't hold anything back, nor should he. War is bloody, crazy, hard to understand what's going on most of the time, and most of all, scary. I do think it goes overboard a couple of times. Like, did we really need to see in full detail how the Japanese generals killed themselves? I mean, in the end, the story isn't about who wins the fight between the Japanese and American, it's about Doss. So why did we need to see that? It's interesting because when the fighting goes on, I actually lost track of Doss, because occasionally I'll go back to him, but it's showing the fighting, and since he's not doing any fighting, it's not really a lot to show with him, only occasionally helping somebody out. And I actually remember thinking to myself, what can he realistically do here? Well, I'm not going to go into it, and if you've heard other reviews, I might have given it away, but I'm going to keep it on the down low because when he does do something, it is so inspiring. One of the most inspiring things I've seen in film in a long time. I don't want to spoil anything, but let me just say, after seeing this movie, you will wonder why there hasn't been a film made about this man's life a lot sooner. In the end, I would say that Hacksaw Ridge is a typical war movie with one extremely unique thing about it. That does make it stand out and separate itself from the other war movies, and it makes it a unique experience. My rating for Hacksaw Ridge is a 7.5 out of 10. If you're looking for a movie to inspire you, this is a pretty good one to go to. P.S. I would just like to take this moment to welcome back Mel Gibson to the movies. Keep making things like this, and this time your comeback might stick.